Welcome, everybody. You found Factor 8's monthly sales shot. My name is Lauren Bailey. We're going to get started in 30 seconds, and I will start by sharing my screen. In the meantime, as you join, I'd love for you to please open up our chat. Tell us where you're living and where's your favorite summer vacay spot, a place you hope to go, a place you've been, maybe a place you have plans to go this summer. Amy, I don't know if you want to go to Ontario or if you're in Ontario, but since it'll be 110 here next week, I would like to go to Ontario. I'm going to go ahead and get us officially started. While I make all of the introductions, please open up the chat. Let's have some fun. Make this two-way with me. Tell us where you're from, where you're living right now, and your favorite summer vacay spot. Awesome. Have some fun with that. Here we go, officially. Welcome, everyone. My name is Lauren Bailey. My friends call me LB, and you found our sales shot. This month, our topic is killer tactics you can use for virtual meetings and demos. If this is your first time, type it in for me in chat. Let me know if I have any newbies or how many you think you've been to before. For my newbies, let me introduce you to Factor 8. Sandy, I know you. Factor 8 is my first baby, my first company. It's 15 years old. And we work with frontline AEs, BDRs, ISRs, account managers. If you're selling virtually, we have tactical skills for you. If you're moving into management, we have tactical skills for you. I'm so proud of some of the logos we've worked with and that we've been doing it successfully and winning awards for over 15 years. If it's your first time on a sales shot, you'll notice that this isn't about BS theory. This is about literal lines you can use on the phone that work, and that's what we're all about at Factor 8. We'd love a chance to earn your business too. If it's your first sales shot, I'm happy you found us. Come join us again. We do this every month. This is a look at what's next in the lineup. I'm going to do a couple shout outs here. In the meantime, multitask with me. Go to factor8.com/shots and sign up for the ones that are being announced now. So sales enablement, I went from sales leadership into sales enablement and back and forth in my career, which is, I think, kind of why my secret sauce is translating between the two. But a lot of people's training budgets got cut. If you're a sales manager and you're here with your team because nobody's training your team, you probably feel that. So we're going to talk about sales enablement secrets, how to align better with sales. So that goes both ways. We'll do a little job exchange, ton of tip downloads, lots of free good stuff. Asking for referrals, probably key to this AE account management audience here. Fixing the pitch. It's all about the prospecting pitch in July and August and building the top of the funnel, including a fun contest. So my regulars, who I'm going to show your names in a second, I'd love to have you and your teams enter. And then this fall, again, for our training world out there, or maybe if you have a small team with no training world, I'm taking part in a really amazing high-level certification for training, facilitation, and coaching. It's called the 4 Pillars. It's done by my idol, Sherry Levitin. I'm joining her this year, and it's going to be fantastic. So if you'd like to learn more about that, you can get it all at factor8.com/shots. New leaderboard. Do I have any of these folks here with me today? We'll give them a shout out. Thank you. Look at all of the shots. Heather Fitzgerald, girl, I want you everywhere I go. Chris, I don't know who you are, man, but I love that you keep signing up. So come say hi sometime. If it's your first time, it might be your first step to the leaderboard. Now, let me tell you what to expect. Sorry, old timers on this board. I know you've heard this a few times before, but what I'm about to do with you guys is a webinar. It's edutainment. It's a ton of fun. You're going to get some tactical tips, but what you're not going to get is practice applying them. What you're not going to get is real information about when to apply it and how to apply it, right? It's like when I go to a conference, I love the ideas and all of them sit in my book unless I really spend time translating them and putting them into action. And that's what we're best at Factor 8. And I found ways to do that inexpensively and virtually, and it's called the Sales Bar. Here are the classes I'm pulling the most of my tips from today, okay? 2 of them. One is literally running a killer virtual sales meeting, from kicking off the agenda to the follow-up, templates, planners, step-by-steps, lines to use. I'm going to pull 3 or 4 tips from about 20 in that class. It's fantastic, and you get it 20% off. The other one is demos that don't suck, because most of them do. Again, planners, templates, tips, step-by-step. There's probably 50 nuggets you need to know about how to differentiate and close the sale on the demo, baby. I love this quote. Thank you, Ashley. You need this. I started a new sales role 2 months ago. I booked 2 demos in those 2 months. I booked 4 demos this week alone after taking Factor 8 training. So thank you for that. These classes are under $100. You can take them as an individual. You can get them for your whole team. If you're sitting out there right now thinking, I could use this for my team, let's check out the webinar first. If you want a manager version of this class so you can help coach it, I got your back. Just message me directly. Both of these are part of our AE certification. Did you know that was out there? If you want to get serious about getting promoted and building out your skills, go get some badges, get some certifications. So tons of classes, including these 2, are in our AE 6-pack, because it's the sales bar, right? It's the sales bar. And it is packed, according to Dave C. in Ohio, with a ton of great stuff. Not just these classes, you guys, a call recording library, a video library. I'll show it all to you at the end. I'm also going to give you a sneak peek. Wait for this. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. This happened literally today. My team at Factor 8 is now certified, the #1, the only approved sales certification partner, not just for a federal certification, but a federally funded certification. That means if you're looking for training and badges for yourself, for your team, for your company, and your budgets have been cut, I've got your back. And I'm really, really excited about that. We have oh, Amy, thank you. There is a list, and you better get on it because it's limited space. We are cutting it off. It's like all the stuff we do at a teeny tiny fraction of the cost. So there are some qualifications. We'll walk you through it, but it's a BFD, and I'm excited. Here we go. Shot number 1. Let's get good at this. It says don't do it. What are we talking about? What not to do on demos? Here we go. Folks, these are the most common mistakes. If you want to chat in and fess up that you own one of these, will be your therapy group session. It's okay. You're in a safe space. Most demos screen share the entire time. 50% is the number you're looking for. Most of people give the same demo all day long. And most folks take us on a full-blown tour of the product. All 3 of those are massive turnoffs. So we're going to talk about how to fix these. We're going to talk about kicking off virtual meetings. We're going to talk about audience engagement, building rapport, what to prepare before the meeting. I'm going to give you access to some super cheap templates that are amazing. And again, I'm going to show you how to get this training because we're going to be full in a couple minutes. We're bellied up to the bar now, folks. If you are screen sharing, you are product pitching. Reframe, right? A screen share equals a product pitch. So what are you supposed to do instead? Well, when they're talking is where you're adding value. We want to be customer centric, right? It's all about, if you've been to Factor 8 before, it's all about the SWIFT. Type it in if you know it. It's all about the SWIFT. What do I mean by that? Why is it important that they're doing the talking? Aren't they here to see your product? Well, because most of us know it's not about pitching. It's not about the speeds and the feeds. It's about how it helps them. SWIFT stands for, where my crew? Come on, there it is. Thanks, Dan. So what's in it for them? That's the key. You got to be swift. So if you are screen sharing most of the time, you're just taking them on a tour of the product. It doesn't really matter if they're there. It doesn't really matter what their needs are. It doesn't matter if the BDR who booked the meeting understood their needs. It doesn't matter if it's a fit. Are you getting me? I've literally taken demos from the car because the rep's just on there doing their same old thing. They don't care if I'm engaged or not. So this is big. Screen sharing equals product pitching. You do it at the right time. Have conversations without your screen. Then you're going to go in and showcase something custom to help fix it for them. Here's the format I'd like to see. Show a feature. Stop the screen share. Relate it to the challenge you know that they're having, to the feature that they asked for and why. Use their language, their situation, and their world. Okay. Then discuss it a little bit. Maybe you've got a story about how this feature helped this company meet that challenge. Maybe you can ask them for some feedback. How would that work? How's it different than what you're doing? Right? Maybe you just sort of translate how you're showing it to how it would work in their organization. Show, stop, relate, discuss, which means you have to have ready questions, stories, and especially their challenges. So I hope this was already a big wake-up call to some of our folks out there, because the vast majority of demos are screen sharing the whole time. Like I said, this is your goal. 50% is 100%. Not just on screen share, folks, on what you're showing. Wait, what? You don't want me to show everything the product can do? You don't want me to tell you everything about all our features? I get some of you aren't doing demos, right? In my world, sure, I've got a little software component, but in my world, the sharing are the slots. It's the let me walk you through the history of Factor 8 and what problems we solved and the testimonials and right, all that stuff. When I'm sharing all that, I'm pitching. So when I stop and have a conversation, that's when I'm selling and adding value. So going for 50, showing just 50% of what we do. That's the right amount on a sales call. So here's another way to look at it. I've stolen this slide directly from our class about demos that don't suck. Best practice demos are custom samples, not full-blown tours. And this is the scenario. Imagine you're a nervous flyer and you walk into the cockpit because they're going to make you feel a little bit better. And what they do is sit you down and show you what every effing button in the cockpit does. Do you feel better afterwards? No, your hands are sweating. You are fear, sweating. You're shaking as you walk out. Luckily, you're passing the vodka cart. No, what you want instead of them to say, come in, you know what? I'm going to show you 3 things. This is the safety mechanism, right? This is the autopilot. This is how the landing gear gets activated if something funky happens. These are the things that keep us safe. You're in good hands. That makes sense? Everything else they show you is overwhelming. Now, your product, your service, your software, it may not be as complex as a cockpit to you, but it is to somebody else. Cool. All right. So 50% is 100%. Let's remember that. This one says, wait, is that for me? What I'm saying here is that one shot does not fit all, right? If you're given the same demo all day, you are an offender. Anybody want to cop to it? Anybody given the same demo all day long? A quoting platform, Kathleen's asking. You have to share the screen to demo. Of course, just don't do it 100%. Find out what the questions are, talk about how you solve it, show them one feature, stop the share, discuss, translate. Another question, show another feature, stop the share, discuss, and translate. Here are some other ways to think about before you customize, okay? Before you get on that demo, maybe this is a to-do list for your BDRs who book it. Maybe these are gating criteria in your sales process and pipeline. Maybe these are answers you go and get before you start the demo in the meeting or beforehand. Number 1, what are they solving for? And how do you fix it? Why do they need a quoting platform, Kathleen? What's the challenge? What are they avoiding? And how do you help? What's that desired end state? There we go. They're solving for speed. They need better speed. All right. What are your features that show the fast speed? How do you show that it's easy and fast? That's the key. Okay. What's that desired end state? Maybe in Kathleen's case, she's going to show the reporting of how long it took on average to do these things because it was a fraction of what it used to be. How do you get them there faster? And then how do they feel about what they have now? And how are you different? Finally, is there anything specifically they've asked to see? So you can get this template. Amy, where'd you put, there's some place where she's going to show you where you can download just the templates. Obviously, you get these in the class as well. But this is the key planner for the perfect demo. Now, how do you fit all that in? Thanks, Amy. You are on fire. Go hit that, you guys. You can download this for even a fraction of what you pay for the classes and just get the cheat sheets if you don't need the skills and the training and the videos and the activities. All right. How do you make room for those things? Well, you got to take some other stuff out. And let's start here. Daniel Grialdo. You're here like 4 times, dude. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, here we go. Everybody loves to show their favorite feature. But if it's not on your planner, out it goes. I can't tell you how often I hear stories about most people love this over here. And this last person I was talking to, it just shows that you've been playing tour guide all day. And all you have to share is the last tour group that came through. So cut it out. This needs to be all about them. It needs to feel like a personalized welcome to the nirvana that is your solution. I get this one a lot. Okay. The cool widget that was just built and the story of how it used to be. You probably have some sales engineers that do demos with you that do this all the time because it's fascinating to them. Because the customer's not fascinating. We don't know anything about the customer. So you know what's cool is this news feature over here? Well, we used to just upload these things in it, and then this widget turned into it. So now it can gamify. It's pretty cool. I really like this. Cut it all out. Okay, that's the full-blown tour. We want a custom sample. This one, like, remember Jeff Foxworthy and here's your sign that you're a redneck? Here's your sign. You've been given the same demo too long. When you start to talk through and you're sort of like narrating your own demo. Well, what I normally like to do now is go over here and da-da-da-da-da. And then what I like to do is, we don't care what you like to do. You're just giving away the fact that you're doing the same old thing. So listen for it. Watch a video or an audio back of your demo. Very, very good. Thank you. Oh, Amy, yeah. Okay, definitely used to give the same demo over and over. Was what they wanted people to do at that company. They got mad when you started to customize it or cater or customize because it was so scripted. Yeah, yep. Usually someone's going to get pissed off, but usually that happens because an overinflated sales leader ego. Right? I close the most demos. This is how I do it. Everybody do what I do. Think how many you could close if you actually customized it. All right. Also, please don't talk about the background programming of this and how it was built and how it came into fruition and what version 1.1359er looked like, and stop your sales engineers from doing it too, because we immediately tune out as the customer. So we're going to switch directions just a little bit and talk about how do you kick off this virtual meeting? Maybe you're used to selling face-to-face. Maybe you've done demos, but this whole idea of Zoom and everybody being in a virtual room is new to you. Maybe you're just looking to up your game because you rock and you're a pro. All right, this is a good one. Kick them off right. Take charge like you're buying rounds for the bar, okay? The worst thing you can do is sit there like a mouse waiting for people to join. I mean, I joined webinars like that. I'm like, come on, people. This is boring as hell. Be in charge, okay? These are old tips, but the sitting up, the framing, the background, the expressive look into the camera, the open face. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Calling out the name. Nice to see you too. Are you the person who's hiding in the back corner? Or are you the person saying, hey, this round's on me. Come on, let's have a good time together. That's the energy that we want to put out at the beginning, okay? Background, energy, and on time. You're going to use that time, not hide your way through it. Even if you got to fake it till you make it, baby. All right? Roles and goals. This is how we start. Okay. By the way, here is your meeting checklist. But I want you to start with introductions with everybody. Okay. Take charge of that. Hey, got a couple new faces here. Let's just do a quick round the horn of who you are, what's your role, and what you're most excited to see today. Tell people what to do, or 30 minutes later, the second person's still introducing themselves. It happens. So I love this planning worksheet for meetings. You can use it as a checklist. Amy, put that in one more time where people get the downloads. You're also going to crush it, by the way, with your bad meeting bingo. We literally play in the class bad meeting bingo. But the key is at the beginning, when you're doing roles and goals in your introductions, you're trying to get their buy-in. You're trying to get them leaning into this meeting. You're trying to get them not worried about trying to eat lunch off screen and interested in what it's about to go down. And you're doing that with your energy, with your take command, like you're buying rounds for the bar, and you're doing it with how you ask people to introduce themselves, even how you kick it off, right? Hey, I understand our top challenges are and our goals are this, but I'm interested in your lens. So could we do a quick introductions, 10 seconds apiece, your name, your role, and really your lens, what you're looking for today and how I can be of most service. Well, that is different than 9 out of 10 meetings that I join, I'll tell you for sure. All right. The rest of bad meeting bingo in the class will take you through virtual meeting no-nos. And of course, we'll have some fun playing bingo along the way. Give you your own bingo card that you can play in bad meetings and how to do each one of those things better. Shot number 4, let's do it again and again. This is about measuring engagement throughout. That's important, okay? When you notice that somebody's slumped over and losing focus, it's time. So I'd like you to get your chat fingers out for me, please. What's a tell you notice when folks are losing engagement on a virtual meeting? How can you tell that you're losing them? They don't look at the camera. They go off camera, off screen. Hi, Jen. You see them typing and reading email or texting down below, the one-word responses. I love that you found a picture of a cricket. A yawn, no questions. You guys are all over this. So here's a couple things that we can do. The first thing is ask for them to turn on video at the very beginning, okay? Even if they have video on, you're preventing the click off later, even if it's one person without. I have another company called Girls Club. Shout out. And in Girls Club, it's about getting more women into leadership positions. We do a 6-month cohort every year, and we camera bully the hell out of people because it's important for building relationships. It's how we get that human connection, and that is a huge part of leadership development. So you can start it with, hey, no judgment on appearance. I would love to see your faces if you'd be kind enough to turn your camera on. Sometimes I will throw in things like, hey, I've got bunny slippers on under here. Nobody, right? I've got my lunch right next to me. That's my dog you see in the background. Anything you need to do to make people feel comfortable that you're not judging them for themselves, their background, their multitasking. Even sharing, hey, it's so important to me to see your faces and your reactions as we go through this. Would you be kind enough, please, to turn your cameras on if that's safe for you? Jeff, I'm going to come back to your question unless you can answer it, Amy, just because I got to stay on time. Next one. All right, things to look for. You guys already did a ton for me in the chat. Here's a few others, right? The leaning back, the closed body posture. What you're looking for is this. Now, they may not be looking into the camera because it's counterintuitive. If y'all's faces are over here, I'm not giving you eye contact. It feels like I am because I'm looking right into the lens right now, which is a really good pro tip for the important parts of your demo. You lean forward and you eye contact the hell out of your camera. It's awkward right now, isn't it? I feel like you're looking back. All right, here we go. Next one. If you're noticing any of these things, immediately stop your sharing, okay? When your people get tiny and that you're hiding behind this screen, right? You're product pitching and you're losing them. So as soon as you're seeing the sign, stop the share and boom, jump right into that template we laid out, that system. Ask for the feedback, ask a question, get some direction. Any of these can work. All right, so what did this bring up for you? Can you see where this may solve some of the issue where it's taking longer, that you're doing it manually? How does this compare to what you're doing right now with A, B, and C? Now, folks, do you want me to stay here? Any questions here, or are we ready to move on? When I'm working with a class or a group I'm comfortable with, I'll actually get a finger vote. All right, just on a scale of 1 to 5, how complex does this feel to you? In fact, let's try it right now. We're talking about engagement, how to measure it, and get back and forth on this. On a scale, if you're giving me a 5, you've got this. It's easy, you're ready to move on. If you're giving me a 1, you're not quite sure how to do this yet. Chat in the number for me, please. Yeah, okay to move on. Woo, here we go. Thanks, everybody. I'm going fast. I appreciate you. Okay, so here's the quiz question. Boom. What's the number? So new number now. If you were voting 1 through 5, stop yourself, backspace. This is a 1 through 6. This is your customer. We want him to say, oh, there's a lot of value here. This is layered. This is complex. I see the complexity and just the amazingness of this system. Or we want them to be like, all right, this is crazy simple. What do you want your customer to vote? What's the number? Go. Sandy, 1, 2, 2. Hi, Penny. Sharon, hi, Sharon, 3 or 4 in the middle. Jen's a 1. Ray, 1, 3, 1, 1. Yeah, guys, 1.5 for an executive. Now, if you're demoing to the sales engineer, the head of IT, that number's higher. Your senior executive, you're going for a 1. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Good. All right, here we go. Sales shot number 5. Only share your relevant screens. Again, you want them to say it's simple versus robust. If this is demo number 3 with the architect team, it's different. I get it. But most of us are in sales here and we're at the front end and I want 1s and 2s, not robust, simple. This is easy, right? Oh, this is 100% fit. If you show me 15 things that your system does and I need it for 1, we have a problem. I don't need to waste money on all those things. Don't build value with everything it does. Build value with exactly how it helps them fix their challenge. Don't build value with everything it does. Build value with exactly how it simply solves their challenge. All right, we're going to switch directions again a little bit about building that rapport faster. It's another huge part of this. It's why all of that's included in the certification, because you can't just be good at the structure of a meeting. You've got to be good at building authentic rapport and engagement. And you can't just be good at the planning of the demo. It has to be about how you're doing it alongside all the other skills. That's the hard part, isn't it? So, will you remember this? Is the question. This is from our class, Building Authentic and Quick Rapport. Couple top level tips. The first one is use your waiting time. Somebody's always late, right? Somebody's there already. And if they're sitting there off camera and on mute, you are wasting valuable time. Get them engaged. Ask some questions. They're your new best friend. That's your goal until everybody's there. Do some conversation. Get them talking. All right, good. What's the next thing we've got? Please do better. Do better than weather, folks. Killing me. You need to go a step further to authentic rapport. I've got 5 authentic ways. I believe this is also in the download that are the fastest high-level ways to really connect with people. I'm going to walk through one of those with you. Some of them are obvious, like superior listening and some tips on how to do that. But it's about how to open them up with questions, stories, fails, and secrets. All right, good. That one's in there too. Thank you, Amy, so much for your help with that. This is one of my favorites. It's about let yourself be known. Yeah, professional business rapport. But Kathleen, this is like, I got to tell you, if this is personal and this is business, really authentic rapport is on this half, on personal. I think all too often, especially young sellers, we feel like we have to be professional business robots. And so we lose our personalities. And isn't that what convinced us to get into sales in the first place? So if you can move from the business professional into the personal side, by really letting yourself be known as a human being, that's what bonds people to you and brings them back to you. So here's a couple tips on that. Just have one story ready, okay? It's the funny self-deprecating story. This is my fastest one, okay? It's even better when you combine it, I'm going to show you two at once, with credibility. In your introduction, do some credibility, and then your fail. My name is Lauren Bailey. I am the founder and president of this award-winning frontline sales training company, Factor 8. I'm super proud to have won multiple industry awards, to have helped thousands of people build their careers in sales. And fun fact, I may sneeze all over this camera in the next 10 seconds because my allergies are on fire. Please forgive my Rudolph nose. I'll pass it to you. You're next. Okay? I'm a big deal, and I'm a human. People love that. There's actually a study done at a university. It's called the pratfall effect. I thought you were fantastic. I'm building you up. Oh, and you're human. I love you. Fast, fast, fast rapport. Okay? So, self-deprecating story. You can see my example at the top. What's yours? What's yours? Find it. Use it every single time. Of course, share a little background. I mean, literally, you can share a little background, right? You can also talk about it. The light snoring you hear is my 15-and-a-half-year-old lab, Cooper. He's right here, and he's earned the right to be anywhere he wants to be. We have a puppy in the house also, and at night they get Scooby snacks and they run to get the Scooby snacks, right? And Parker has to do 3 tricks, right? It's like, Parker, sit, shake, lay down. Cooper, be awesome, buddy. Be all you can be. He's earned the right. You know a little bit about my life now. Is that going to make you buy from me? No. Is it going to make you remember me compared to the 6 other robots who did demos? Yes. And go next level with your weather. I know it's there and it's obvious, right? Kathleen, you were talking about, don't just talk about the fish on the wall or the sunshine outside. You can do it combining that, right? My name is Lauren. My role here is the curriculum subject matter expert. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and this time of year, we prefer not to talk about the weather. I'm a recovering Iowa girl, right? And I traded shoveling snow for sunshine. There you go. Ooh, and I love it. And then you're asking, what do you want to see in the demo? That's just what we talked about in the intros, asking everybody to do that. Cool. Obviously, in this case, I'm giving the demo. Let's talk about increasing our show rate for people, okay? This is a good one, and it's important. If you're booking the demo or you're doing the demo and someone else booked it, either way, decide who owns this and do it every single time. You'd be shocked how many people just send an email. It's kind of live in people's calendar, folks. Okay, even if they don't click accept, it'll show up from most of the apps and they'll feel guilty about it in the meantime. There's a class we have called Getting Deals Moving, and it's about the psychological implementation of asking for a commitment from somebody before you close a call, giving them homework, something to do, get, bring, think about, read, etc. 50% of them won't do it, maybe even more, but you've just gained mind share. We don't have time to go into it, but it works. Number 3, always send a message the day before. What's the best way to do it? With a text. I'll show you an example in a moment. Make sure you mention their challenge or goal so they remember it. Hey, just a reminder, tomorrow we're looking at our quote expedition system to see if we can help save you some time and all that manual entry. See you at 11 o'clock. Here's the link again. Okay, and ask a question. Let's get them to respond to you with a real quick question. Maybe it's one of those demo planning questions that we have in our pre-work check sheet that you don't have the answer to, and that'll help. Here's an example that we can use, folks. Increasing your show rate, getting the contact information. Okay, we got you booked for May 15th. This is what you do as you're booking the meeting, okay? At 10 a.m. Pacific time, the calendar invite's going to follow. Here's my cell phone. In case something comes up, would you share yours too, please? 9 out of 10 times you're going to get it, and now you text. Here's an example of give homework. All right, we're going to dive into these solutions on the 15th. In the meantime, would you please take a deeper dive into your current solution? If you'll familiarize yourself with what it does and doesn't work well right now, then you can really road test hours. Here's the message the day before. Hey, Sally, it's Lauren with Factor 8. I've been creating a custom tour of Factor 8 for you based on what Kathleen booked for our meeting. Does tomorrow at 10 a.m. still work? That's the guilt move right there, right? I've been working hard on this demo. You're going to show up, right? And then here's ask a question. Okay, I understand that seeing how we're keeping skills alive with engaging managers is really key to you in considering us. Is there anything else that I can make sure I address for you? Okay, I hope you can use those lines. Homework, write down your questions for our call. Good one. Love it. Penny, and what you want to see in the demo. Love that too. All right, I want to show you guys a little deeper how you can go next level with these skills. If you got a tip you haven't used before, you like it, you want more, if we're just scratching the surface and you know you need more, maybe you're just really serious about having a higher close rate and getting better results, come take the class. Here you go. Running of the virtual meeting, factor8.com/meeting. I think with the discount, it's like $70, okay? And I'm going to show you what you get in a second. It's really great. Same with the demos that don't suck. Thank you, Ashley, for that fabulous quote. Promo code SS_515. Amy, I'm dying to know what that means. And you get 20% off. Folks, it's worth it. Invest in yourself. All right, bonus chaser. Preparing ahead. This is what we want to make sure that we've got, okay? Your qualification questions, your discovery, the value you need answered before you can move this to the next sales stage. Make sure you're ready with those questions if you don't have them answered already. Who are the people that you want at your next meeting? Okay, what are the roles and goals? It's better to have that conversation while you have them with you and you're looking at their face and they love you than trying to get it later and get them invited. This is my favorite. I'm about to show you a demo and I'll show you my trick of separate tabs. And then of course, your questions, your stories, your testimonials for each key point. Folks, I'm in the demo part of my meeting, aren't I? Right? I just showed you a class that you can buy with a custom testimonial next to it. And Amy chatted in the link to make it fast and easy for you to get to it. It's all about showing it from their point of view as well. Right? What's their point of view? Well, if you're an AE and you're looking for higher meeting conversion rate, this is a class for you. If you're looking for bigger deal size, more deals, or deals moving faster, this is the class for you. Here's a little social proof. Here's some actual results that we've seen. I'm going to quit the share here and then I'm going to run over and show you what you can expect. Some of you haven't been in the bar before. And so I've started sharing that with folks and they're loving it. Really different than what you're going to see other places. So here we go. First of all, I'm going to show you this page right here. Our federal sales certification program. Now, they've told me using the word free is not a good idea, but it's very high value and very low cost. And I'm cutting this off at the first 250 people. If you've got at least 5 and you'd like a chance to get training, thank you, Uncle Sam, right? We're all in this tough economy right now, and we've found a way, this Factor 8 team, I'm so proud of them, to help the feds cover the cost of your employee development. Okay, this is what it's going to look like when you get to our demos class. Oh, thank you, sorry about that. These are the downloads. Oh, that's a great price. There's 4 or 5 of them in there, some of the templates I've already shared. Add to cart, you're on your way. This is what it looks like, the rep course, and this is before discount. So you're talking about $50 in this class. I'm going to show you what you're going to expect. This is the whole certification, folks. This is a subscription that you can do monthly. And by the way, you get so much more than even just those 6 courses. Welcome to the sales bar. This is my baby. Okay, let's make sure I'm not messing up this demo. Have you noticed that I haven't made you wait? I'm about to show you the content library, but instead of clicking and then typing in demos, I have it open on this tab. Ta-da! Welcome to demos. The way we do things at Factor 8 is not one video and done. Ooh, pet peeve, baby. Our learners get a full learning path. Guess what? That's open on the next tab. There are course chasers, things to keep it alive, things to keep going next level, tips and tricks keep on coming. There's a manager toolkit. You're going to love that. And then, of course, lots of cheat sheets and templates as always. Not to mention access to people's favorite things, the video library, thousands of tips and tricks, but this is it. Real recorded samples of sales calls, demos, sales meetings, the good, the bad, the ugly, where you learn so much faster, knowing when to do it, how to do it, and listening to other people do it. All right, let's dive into that learning path. Like I said, it's not a one video and done. Each one of our courses, hey, come down, there we go. Learn, show, prove. Intro video is going to show you what it's about. E-learning is fun. You guys, I built this myself. If you think our shots are fun, so is the e-learning. It's not a talking head video with a quiz at the end. It's fun. It's interesting. It's interactive. Real examples, things to use, quizzes throughout. Match it, sort it, have a good time, interact with it. It's how you build the neural pathways. I promise not to get into the boring science again. But it's also full of these tips and tricks. Isn't this cool? So your reminders, your skills showcases to make it your own, activities to keep it alive. Managers, if you're looking at this and loving it, trainers, you too, we built it for you. Now, here's the manager's version. Of course, you can go take the class, or you can just watch the video and use the cheat sheet. You get all the activities, you get access to everything, including what good looks like, using our real amazing way of what I should do and what the results should look like, aligned with our coaching modules of 3 strengths and 1 improvement area. And if you're just not sure what good looks like, here's a cheat sheet. It's all about making it fast and making it easy. So we love what we've built. The sales bar is our baby. What do you think? How do I do on the demo? It's tough, right? Because I couldn't customize it to y'all. Hopefully you didn't feel like it was a full-blown tour and a little bit more of a custom sample of what we're doing for demos or what you can get in that AE certification class. All right, I'm going to wrap this up and be ready to take questions. I'm going to remind you one more time. This is amazing. This is the answer to the challenge. If you've been trying to invest in yourself and your career, if you're trying to move up, if you're trying to just crush quota and get a bigger commission, if you're trying to fill gaps because your training budget was cut, go hit this link to learn more. We will run out of the federal funds fast. If we're not connected already on LinkedIn, please come and find me there. This is my personal email address if you've got questions or if you've got a team that you want to get the manager version and your team into the sales bar. I'm going to help you with that. There's our phone number and where you can get more information. The sales bar is where we provide these skills online for you. Factor 8 is our full-blown services for big companies. And of course, Girls Clubs, where we help women rock their way to the top.